Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Mayhem, where Jayden is kicking off tonight's show. He has something to say. He's not happy about how things went down last week when Fight Night beat Mayhem in that tag team match on his own turf, and he must not be happy at all with the way things went down. But we're going to hand the mic over to Jayden now, and we'll see what he has to say about last week. Last week, Mayhem was humiliated on our own turf. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then let's quickly take you back to last week. As you can see, I am down and out for the count. And what does the captain do? Nothing. He sat there and watched me take the loss. I thought I could trust you, but you're just like everyone else. Stupid as hell. This is why you shouldn't be captain. The captain should be a real leader. Someone who knows what it takes to win. Someone who knows every game plan in the book. Someone like me. Well, right on cue, here comes the team captain of Monday Night Mayhem. Here comes SDC, and he does not look happy with Jayden's comments. Jayden calling him an unworthy leader. And it looks like Jayden is staking a claim almost to become the team captain of Monday Night Mayhem. And like I'd imagine, he's going to be saying he has the title experience. He knows what it takes to be a winner. But SDC has beaten him fair and square and earned the captain's right. So let's see what SDC has to say in response to Jayden. Listen, man, I told you last week, I'm sorry. I messed up and I got distracted. I know what I did, but you don't dare call me an unworthy leader. Because don't you forget, I beat 7 other men to get this chance. And also remember, I beat you. So I am sorry, Jayden, and I do want to put this behind us and move on, but you will not come out here and disrespect me like I am not on your level, because I have already proved that I am. Sorry? You don't sound sorry. Not last week or this week. Now it sounds like you're just trying to prove your own skills. You see, you and I are on the same level, but as the history books support, you are not. You are not the leader that this brand needs. If you go out there and lead any team against Fight Night, you will lose. And everybody here and around the world will get to see, once again, another chapter of your life story where you fail. I tell you what, you think you can be a better captain than me? Prove it. In 2 weeks' time, I will finish my team of 4. So if you make yourself a team of 4 guys, then we will face you in a 4v4 tag team match. And if you win, you and your team get to represent Mayhem at the Mind Games pay-per-view. And when I win, you get left behind and we progress to win at Mind Games and earn our title opportunities that we deserve. Deal or no deal? You got yourself a match. But you be sure to keep Wolfe and the other guy, because I don't want them. I will bring together an elite team of true warriors, and you will bury yourself, and I will earn the title opportunity after we beat you and Fight Night. You have been warned. Well, an interesting turn of events, and Jayden and SDC. Oh my god! And Jayden doesn't look like he's going to wait for 2 weeks. It looks like Jayden's going to get his hands on SDC right now and trying to get some early shots in here before what is now scheduled to be a 4-on-4 tag team matchup between Team Jayden and Team SDC. And the winner gets to represent Mayhem. Well, I tell you what, this is exactly what Fight Night would have wanted. These two are now going to be in a kind of civil war with each other after what we assumed to be these two on the same page. And now, look at this, it's completely fallen apart. And SDC now having to beat down on Jayden, even though he tried to make amends for his errors last week. But Jayden clearly was not happy with what he did, and Jayden trying to make him pay for it now and try and take his captaincy away. Well, SDC was the one who issued the challenge, but that was a bold move to be doing things like that. That's a big opportunity that you're putting on the line, and right now he's being made to pay for it here by Jayden, who's trying to beat him down. Oh, there's the drop kick though, and now brings up back to his feet really quickly and knocks him down with the clothesline, and the referee separates these two wisely. It gets in the way of them. Well, in 2 weeks' time, these two will build their teams and face off for the right to represent Mayhem as team captain. We have to move on down the rest of the card, though, but that is one hell of a match we have scheduled for 2 weeks' time. And right before we thought everything was being sorted out for Team Mayhem, it looks like things have now collapsed and the team's been split in half, but I guess we'll have to find out more about that situation later. But it is time to move on now to the second round of the tag team tournament, and the first team down to the ring is the League of Gods. They'll be facing the other team who beat Up Up Down Down to get here. They beat Up Up Down Down themselves to get to the second round of the tournament on the day, of course, that Damus released Damus the Fragrance by Damus. And what a big day that was for him. The advert's been running through Monday Night Mayhem as of late, and it's becoming quite a big hit with the fans, and already quite a few WIW superstars trying the fragrance and confirming that it does smell nice. But now tonight they're fighting for a spot in the tag team finals, and of course the winner of that finals becomes the #1 contenders for the Linebacks titles after the Mind Games pay-per-view. And tonight they've got some tough opponents who were taken out before the before their last match with Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, and instead were granted another opportunity against Up Up Down Down as more of a wild card entry to the second round, and the Cotterrells were able to take advantage, beating Up Up Down Down on count out. Well, the Cotterrells, it hasn't been as great as it usually is for them as it's been in the past. We've seen what they're like at their best, but we've definitely seen as of late their worst. So the question is now, can they go on and progress to the finals and catch themselves a Mayhem Tag Team Championship opportunity? It's definitely on the cards, it has to be said, but the Cotterrells, they've been suffering a serious amount of losses as of late, and the wins haven't been coming thick and fast, but they're off the bounce of their last win. Can they come back and prove themselves to be the dominant force that they once were again? And of course, the other round matchup will be the Death Ninjas versus Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, which will be happening as well later tonight. The finals will either be on the next show or the show after, depending on how things work out. But Damus once again going to start us off here up against Brett Cotterrell and takes him down there after the Mexican, the wave, I think it's a Mexican wave. I don't even remember. Okay, but Damus is going straight to work here, and Damus has been looking pretty impressive as of late. When the League of Gods formed, Damus wasn't in great form. He needed some help to deal with threats like Greg. He really was struggling at the time that he formed the League of Gods, but since becoming a part of the League of Gods, as time's gone on, he's become more of the natural leader of the team, spends a lot of the time in the ring, and gets a lot of the damage done. But we all know that the true heavy hitter of this team is this man right here who's just been tagged in, and that is Black Jesus. He's been absolutely brilliant since joining the League of Gods, but he was brilliant before that as well. Of course, problem was that he got caught in a vicious loop of the battle of the people between him and Thomas. You know, it was a battle that just went on for a while, and I wasn't really getting Black Jesus anywhere. So, of course, he decided to align with Damus and had a bit of a different attitude and a new outlook on life here in WIW. Oh, and a massive suplex there on Max Cotterrell. But the League of Gods, they did okay separately, but didn't stand out above the rest on their own. Together, they've been quite a dominant force. Unfortunately for them, though, they have found it becoming a trend to fall at the final hurdle. And they can't afford to do that either here tonight or next week in the finals. But they need to get there first against a team that knows what it takes to be champions. They just haven't had a championship run in the record books due to the fact that they were trial error champions, and that's going to hurt because they know that they're capable of doing it, and they've seen in the past how capable they are. And look at that, especially when Max delivers the strength like that. But as of late, it's been Max doing a lot of the carrying of the team. Max, a very dominant fighter in the ring, very chaotic, very unpredictable, and that's what gives him the element surprise there. And look at a big boot out for Brett Cottrell. But the problem has really been Brett, to be honest. Brett's been unable to really deal the damage. Of course, Brett was the powerhouse of the team, but as you can see there, just unable to really get what he wants out of the matchups. And Damas landing the suplex there to Brett Cottrell. And the Cottrells, of course, recently parting ways with Travis Cottrell in an attempt to go back to doing things their way rather than trying to do things his way. And, of course, you could argue that it might have been a mistake to do that, but at the same time, they weren't exactly winning under Travis's way either. Under Travis's way, they obviously embarrassed themselves at Wolfpack in the Outback too against Travis Cottrell. So it was a bit of a weird one, that one. It's not really worked out for them so far, but they have a win now against Up, Up, Down, Down, and they can progress now and pick up some more tag team victories. It could lead to some big opportunities down the line, and one of them would be this tag team championship opportunity. Tag is kind of made. I didn't really see the tag, but I guess he's counted. The referee counted it, so tag has been made. And now Damas might look to tag himself out now, and he does. In comes Black Jesus again. And what are these two thinking? Well, a little pose between the two of them there. And now look at this. Getting him up on the shoulders. Oh, and slamming him down there. Beautiful work there from the League of Gods, who take the time to taunt. And that's what the League of Gods do. They're very much men of the people. They believe that the people worship them, even if that may not necessarily be the case. But Black Jesus and Damas, eager to capture themselves Mayhem Tag Team Championships. They fell at the last #1 contendership match to the Dragon Dynasty. But the Dragon Dynasty, of course, parting ways with the WIW, and now this opportunity is presenting himself, and Max has got caught taunting here. And he might be regretting that immediately. Tossed back into the League of Gods corner, able to escape before a tag is made, and now can flip himself around for a Hurricane Rana. Decides against rolling him up, and now look at this. Jesus trying to tag out, but... And look at this, Max flies across the ring. No intention of letting that happen. And now Max has him in a good position here. The Cottrells with a little bit of control, but it's been a 50-50 affair for the majority. And now look at this. Oh, and a beautiful Russian leg sweep there on the counter, and now trying once again to crawl to Damas, but just can't get there. Max being relentless in his attack and might continue to be here. There's a DDT! Oh, and he caught Black Jesus to the corner of his eye, still trying to make the tag. And there's a standing moonsault. And Damas and Jesus are in a bad position. The Cottrells have got rolling now, and it might lead to the end here. Oh no, Max is going for something bigger. Bigger damage about to be applied here. Max Cottrell looking to send him to the outside with the superplex. Devastating impact as he hits the apron. And that is not what the Black Jesus needed. Already taking a beating, and then it crashed to the outside. He's managing to get up though and finds a counter, but that's going to leave some long-term damage to the majority of this match. And remember, the winners of this match will take on the winners of the next matchup of the round, which is the Death Ninjas versus Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, the new team that have exploded onto the scene. And look at this, the referee's count is rising, and now Brett feeling like he needs to get himself involved here. And he does, and he tosses him back into the ring. And now might be able to make the tag, as he does. In comes Damas again. Jesus rolls out of the ring, so Damas might be left to his own devices right now. And that might be what the Cottrells need to pick up this win. Tag made, in comes Brett. Max deciding just to let him have it there, but look at that big counter, and the Cottrells really are rolling now. They really have got the control back in this match, and they're trying their best to keep it. A massive big boot there by Brett. And now Brett with Damas in a bad position. Oh, look at his Damas. There's a big counter there on the arm drag. And now as Damas thinking, there's an elbow drop. And a kip up for style, of course. Gotta play it out cool, or it's not worth doing at all. And now Damas, what's he got? On offer, it's a DDT right in the middle of the ring. Leg sweeping one at that. And now Damas trying to work away on him while he's on the ground, but the Cotterrells able to counter. And the arm is raised by Brett. He's signaling the control is there. He knows that the Cotterrells are currently winning this fight, but a big counter there by Damas. He might be looking for a big scoop up slam there, couldn't quite do it. And now Damas has him where he wants him. To the corner. Brett's in trouble here. He might have made a costly mistake and might live to regret it. Oh no! He's going to get a taste of their own medicine. The Cotterrells literally just received one. No, the Cotterrells just gave one and now they'll be receiving one with the outside superplex. And the League of Gods saying, anything you can do, well, I can do better. And that's exactly what Damas is trying to do here as the referee continues the count. And what a way to start off Monday Night Mayhem it has been. Of course, finding out that we're going to have two teams facing off for the right to represent Mayhem. And how chaotic that's going to end up, that remains to be seen. Oh, look at this, a beautiful head scissors flying around there, Damas. And for Damas, it's all about style. It's always about showmanship and proving not only that he's the greatest golfing wrestler of all time, but he's also just the best in the world at what he does. The referee's count is dramatically rising. Is Brett willing to play the count out here? He might be. He's stomping him down on the outside. He's going for it. The League of Gods in serious trouble when the Cotterrells pick up a second count out victory. Another cheap way to get it done, but once again, it's got the job done. The Cotterrells, after losing to the first round, after being beaten down by Lachlan A.D Nathaniel, have managed to find themselves a spot in the finals and the #1 contendership matchup for the Mayhem Tag Team Championship opportunity. Well, it's been a long time coming for Brett and Max, but it looks like they finally restored some kind of momentum that they had in their former days as a team. But Brett and Max, they really are on the prowl now, and it looks like they could be next for a tag team opportunity. Well, they'll be wanting Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel in the next round. They're going to want their opportunity for the rematch of dreams, and they're going to want that to happen as quickly as possible. But another defeat there for the League of Gods, and unfortunately a tag team title opportunity has slipped from their hands. But can the Cotterrells now capture back their form and go on to pursue the Mayhem Tag Team Championships? We'll find out soon enough, but it's time to move on down the rest of the card. Well, before the next matchup, Aaron Albright, the WIW champion, is out here tonight to respond to the comments made by King Sam on the last episode of Fight Night. But you don't need to hear that from me. I can hand the mic over to him himself, and we'll hear about his response to King Sam. On the last Fight Night, King Sam had some strong words for me. In fact, he put so much disrespect to me, he took more about the linebacks than he did about me. He claims that I am no threat to him, but he is wrong. I am the most dangerous man in the business, and I would personally guarantee that Mind Games will be the toughest challenge that you have ever had or ever will have. You say I would not last on Fight Night, but I'd love to see you try and survive a night on Mayhem. You've dug yourself a hole, Sam, and at Mind Games, I'm going to bury you in it. I may have dropped the title in the past, but I am still the most time WIW champion, and I have been for a reason. But if you think that it's easy to come in here and take the title from me, then why don't you put your money where your mouth is? King Sam, I challenge you to a match at Mind Games, but with even bigger goals on the line. Why don't we make it a main event to remember and make it a match for the WIW Championship and the WIW Heavyweight Championship? So if you're as confident as you claim to be, Sam, then it's time to go all in or bust. Oh my God, what a request! He wants a double title match at Mind Games. Well, he's willing to put his title on the line, but the question is King Sam up to the challenge? Well, what a massive announcement! Aaron Albright has requested a double world championship match. Well, I guess we'll have to find out what King Sam has responded to that at the next Friday fight night. But tonight, we do need to move on down the card, and we've got some women's action for you tonight here. It's going to be Sandra Piper stepping into the ring with who we expect will be the next woman to face for the Mayhem Women's Championship in Katherine Albright. It's not been confirmed yet, but Sandra Piper has been keeping a close eye on Katherine Albright, and I'm assuming that is for that reason. But Sandra Piper, the Mayhem Women's Champion, a very dominant Women's Champion she has been so far. Look, knocked off Lulu Torres in her first title defense, and that was no easy feat. Lulu Torres has been very impressive since she's arrived on the roster. But of course, it doesn't get more impressive than winning the title on your debut and been defending it ever since. And that's exactly what this woman has been doing. And at the pay-per-view, of course, she is scheduled to compete. That's right, she is going to be facing the Fight Night Women's Champion in Laura Stables. What one hell of a contest that's going to be. Laura Stables, of course, fresh off of her title defense not too recently as well against Isabella Vega and Jade Cotterrells. So tonight, the Fight Night Women's Champion will be watching on from her home, eagerly anticipating to see how Sandra Piper does here. But Sandra Piper, we've seen how dominant she is. We know what she's capable of. And we know that she will do whatever it takes to look at the winner. But tonight's opponent is someone else who's not willing to back down for many people. And look at this. Look who else is here. It's the Fight Night Women's Champion herself, Laura Stables. But she's gone back to the dark thing again. What the hell? I don't understand what is wrong with this woman. She just can't seem to make up her mind on what clothes she wants to wear. But she looks like the Fight Night Women's Champion is accompanying Katherine Albright to the ring, and it looks like the psychological advantage being applied right now. And Katherine Albright continues her entrance. Of course, this is a big night for her. She can knock off the Mayhem Women's Champion. You can't imagine that she won't be granted the Mayhem Championship opportunity at the next Mayhem exclusive pay-per-view, which of course will only be 2 weeks after the Mind Games pay-per-view. Well, Sandra Piper with some added pressure now, knowing her Mind Games opponent is sitting right outside the ring, scouting and watching. And of course, that side of her we've seen is quite vicious and is prone to getting herself involved in any way, shape, or form. So we need to be careful on that one. We don't know what to expect with Laura Stables. She's clearly a deranged person. God knows what's going on inside that woman's head. But now look at this. Beautiful work here by Katherine Albright. Oh, and a massive suplex. And they're doing a great job here. Straight out the gate, Tiffany. Tiffany? I knew I was going to do that. Katherine Albright, a member of the Dealer's Pit apparently, has been quite successful so far in a short time, working one-on-ones. Of course, her fatal four-way match against Tiffany Abbott helped result in her becoming the Mayhem Women's Champions Fatal Four-Ways winner. Of course, that we thought would be another one contenders match. The general manager just said that was just a feel-out process for the four women who haven't really had the chance to shine. Of course, Leia Rose, Lulu Torres, and Elliot Rogers have all had their opportunities to shine. And of course, Sandra Piper, the women's champion, has had plenty of opportunities to do the exact same thing. But tonight, she's straight under the fire here of Katherine Albright, who is eager and ready to become the Mayhem Women's Champion. And right now, working away on it is Katherine Albright, but Sandra Piper with a counter. And Sandra now having the added pressure of her opponent at ringside. It's going to be tough for her to concentrate. But Laura Stables, I'd imagine, She's not going to want to get herself involved too much. I'd imagine this is more of a reconnaissance, you know, a bit of a collecting data and seeing what really you're working with. And that'll be the case here tonight. Katherine Albright with the counter, though, on the elbow. Might be able to capitalise into a Northern Lights, and she does. Oh, look at this. She's going to flip through. Looking for that massive brainbuster as well when she connects. Big impact there by Katherine Albright, who plays to the ground. She's in control here, and Sandra Piper struggling. And she might be ready to put this one away here. Katherine Albright. Oh, she went for the kick. She couldn't quite connect. And tried to do it again, but it was a big sidestep by Sandra Piper. And now look at that big headbutt. And those massive headbutt trio combinations from Sandra Piper. We've seen that in matches in the past. And it might be able to do the same now. Oh, but she drags it to the middle of the ring. What Sandra Piper got up her sleeve. Look at this. Looking for a deadlift powerbomb. Look at that, and look at the positioning of it as well, right in the face of Laura Stables. And Laura Stables clearly here to see what her challenge is. Crucifix into the cover, and the referee kind of pushed it onto the ropes there. Did you see that one? Katherine doesn't get a count for it. And Katherine looking really impressive here, but all of a sudden Sandra Piper starting to fight back, starting to prove a problem, but Katherine is keeping the control right now, and she senses it. And maybe she was wise to let the Fight Night Women's Champion come down to the ring. Not quite sure why Katherine was willing to do it. I guess she figured that the psychological advantage would work out in her favour. And it has done so far. But now to the top rope. Look at her flying. A beautiful moon stomp there from the top rope. And straight into the cover on Sandra Piper. Has she done the job? No, she hasn't. And the currently undefeated Sandra Piper, at risk of losing that current unbeaten run that she's on here to Katherine. Katherine in a great place. Kick to the gut, and now looking for the axe kick. No, what a catch by Sandra Piper, and she shrugs it off. And now Sandra Piper looking to capitalise on her own tilt-a-whirl slam. Tilt-a-whirl slam, and moves her away from the ropes, straight into the cover. And Sandra Piper knocks off Katherine. No, Katherine kicks. And I thought Sandra Piper had done it there off the tilt-a-whirl slam, but Katherine Albright with a kick out. Look at that, Laura Stables. She's fired up now. She's ready for it. She said if one doesn't get the job done, then two definitely will. Oh no! Big counter on the tilt-a-whirl. Big counter from the tilt-a-whirl. And now look at this. Gonna try and steal the cover here. Katherine Albright. Hook of the leg. Two. Oh, she nearly got it there. And look at Stables screaming at her to get the job done on the outside. She knows this match is within her grasp now. Katherine, this is definitely a winnable match for her at this point, but she needs to get the job done. Might be looking to do the same here again. There's the Northern Lights. One more time, and bridging through into a massive brainbuster. And now Katherine has Sandra right where she wants her, but she needs to be able to wrap this one up. She misses the axe kick a moment ago, but Sandra Piper continues to fight on. She refuses to give in. She missed the tilt-a-whirl slam as well, so it's been a pretty 50-50 affair. This could still go either way. Katherine Albright managing to get behind Sandra Piper. And if this is a glimpse of what we'll see for the Fight Night Women's Championship, I'd love to see this one again, because this has been a great match straight out the gate. Sandra Piper and Katherine Albright really been competing so far. And now big counter there by Katherine Albright, and now it's got her in a vulnerable position. Alabama slam! Alabama slam to the big woman that is Sandra Piper. That's not an easy task of getting her up in the air quite like that. But she's managed to take her off her feet, and now she's got her looking for the axe kick again. Sandra Piper. Oh, she's down. Sandra Piper is down. And is she out for the count? Has Katherine Albright picked up the win? Yes, she has. Katherine Albright's done it. Katherine Albright becomes the first woman to beat the Mayhem Women's Champion down and pick up the win. That is the victory that Katherine Albright needed. And she needed it desperately. And now look at Laura Stables, who's walked her way into the ring and congratulates her on the victory. And Laura Stables looks like she's making herself some allies here on Mayhem. And of course, Laura Stables will be taking on Sandra Piper at the pay-per-view. But I think that pretty much confirms that after that, Katherine Albright will be gunning for the Mayhem Women's Championship. But first, who will conquer at Mind Games here in the Women's Division match? We'll have to find out, but Laura Stables playing the full Mind Games tonight, and Katherine Albright picks up the benefits from it. So let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up, the second match of the semi-final for the tag team tournament. The winner will face the Cotterrells in the finals, and the winner will get themselves a title opportunity for the Mayhem Tag Team Championship. The live action, they must be sitting back, watching this one unfold, looking to see who will challenge them next. They've had some big challenges for them, reign as tag team champions. And of course, they've got an even bigger one at the pay-per-view when they take on the Wolfpack, who eagerly waiting for a chance at revenge and a chance at a rematch after what happened last time with these teams faced off. Of course, the Wolfpack losing to the Lineback, but tonight they're going to concentrate on this, because after the pay-per-view of Mind Games, they're going to have to focus on whoever wins this tournament, because they have become such a big threat of winning it. And now the Deaf Ninjas looking to get their title opportunity, and now waiting for hold on a minute. Well, where's Ludicrous? Well, Lachlan A.D Nathaniel's music is hit, but where is Ludicrous? Wasn't he supposed to come out next? I don't know, but ladies and gentlemen, it now down to the ring, both coming in through the crowd, the newest team of Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, a team that exploded onto the scene, beating the Cotterrells, but of course getting the jump on them early on in that match to get themselves into this round. And if they win, if they make it to the next round, then they might be on track to go and win. But here comes the new boys, Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, simply going by the tag team name of Justice. But speaking of this tag team match, where is his tag team partner? Hey man, listen, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this, but your partner isn't going to be able to compete tonight. Just moments ago, he fell through a table backstage and is now in no condition to compete tonight. But lucky for you, we are kind people, so we are willing to let you compete in a 2-on-1 handicap match right now. So let's ring the bell and get this going. Oh, this is just ridiculous. It's now a 2-on-1 handicap match, and look at this, a beatdown already on Harry. What did they do? They must have done something. Apparently, according to them, Def Ludicrous fell through a table. But how does someone fall through a table? How does that happen? Please, someone explain to me. Well, I don't know, but Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel now have the man advantage. Harry has to compete in his tag team semi-finals by himself, and A.D Nathaniel straight out the gate, taking advantage of that fact, beating him down straight out the gate, not wasting any time to do so. Oh, look at this, a big counter there by Harry, and that he needs to get some early control, get the big shots in, land the 619 if he can. That's what he needs to do. And now the Flying Ninja with a big super kick, fighting back here against Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, who have come up with the team name of Justice. Bit of an oxymoron, because what they're doing is pretty much anything but justified. But yet in their heads they believe that they're doing what's right, that they are the ones bringing justice to WIW. And Lachlan has been preaching for justice ever since he debuted. And when he was debuting, he was ambushing people, he was attacking them backstage, in the ring, after matches. He was a vicious man, and he didn't care who he was stepping into the ring to. Oh, look at that, what a counter by Harry! Just managing to hold his grip there as well. But A.D Nathaniel has now joined the crusade for justice with Lachlan, and it's a team that's already looking pretty scary on how much on the same page they are. First it was last week taking out the Cotterrells before their matchup, and now this week, Justice, of course, managing to take out Def Ludicrous before the match had even started, and now have themselves a 2-on-1 handicap match, which they are in control of right now. Lachlan dealing with Harry at this current second. And we'll be taking a quick commercial break right now, so don't go anywhere, but we will see the rest of this match right after this. Dormus. The new fragrance by Dormus. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome back to Monday Night Mayhem. Right now we're in the middle of what was supposed to be the semi-final second match between the Death Ninjas and Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, the new team known as Justice. But as we found out before the break, of course, Deathlordicus will not be in attendance after accidentally, quote-unquote, falling through a table. And Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, I'm sure they'll claim they had nothing to do with the situation, but it's very obvious to us that they were definitely involved some way, somehow. But Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel, since the breaker, started to lose control, and that's why Lachlan tagged out and A.D Nathaniel was stepped in to pick up the slack. Spinebuster, and he's going to go for the cover off of it. Is that going to be enough? No, it's not. It's a 2 count, but very close indeed. And Spinebuster didn't do the job. Now in the corner, Harry in a bad way. Look at this, Harry in trouble here. This is what put away the Cotterrells. There's the neck breaker. And straight into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put away Harry? No, it's not. Harry kicks. Harry kicks. From that massive move there. And Harry now fighting back. Look at this. Showing that fighting spirit, refusing to give in. And there's the Hurricane Rana. Oh, and a big kick there to the head by Lachlan. That stunned Harry. You see that? Oh, there's the super kick. Big super kick. Right to the face. And now to the corner again. Right when I thought Harry was about to fight back. Oh, yes. Harry's still fighting back. He's still going. He's still refusing to give in here. And look at this, playing to the crowd now. Harry sensing that the tide might be turning. Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel in a spot of trouble here as Harry trying to provide a fight back. And now what's Harry thinking? Look at this. Middle rope. Where's he thinking? Oh, the massive takedown. And now Harry using his speed and agility to fight his way back in this one, in this 2-on-1 situation. Wheelbarrow face first to the canvas. And Harry fighting back there in the standing moonsault. Connects. And Harry bringing out every move in his arsenal now to fight back. He's doing this for his partner. Remember, the winner will face the Cotterrells in the #1 contenders match for the Tag Team Championship. No! Harry was setting up for the 619, but Lachlan finds the counter, and now Lachlan ready to put this one away himself. The neckbreaker bomb couldn't get the job done, but maybe this vicious combination could. Moves him away from the ropes. Harry is in trouble now. This could be it. Into the cover. Is that it for them? No, it's not. He kicks again. And Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel. You can sense the frustration now. It's a 2-on-1 situation. But Harry finding enough resilience for both of Deathlordicus and him. And if Harry manages to make it to the finals on his own, that would be very, very impressive, and no one could question that he would be worthy of him and his team getting a tag team opportunity at the titles. And Harry being very impressive here in his fight back, but can he get the job done? Look at that, there's a massive super kick to A.D Nathaniel. Well, Harry, of course, not with the opportunity to keep tagging out, to keep himself fresh. Has to do this all on his own. And look at this, Lachlan. He's seen enough here. He's stepped into the ring, and the referee forcing him back to the outside. And Harry nearly had to defend himself there against someone who come in to blindside him. But A.D Nathaniel with the counter, and into another spine buster. And was looking to tag out to Lachlan. Lachlan didn't look well rested there, but he's coming back in. I think he was a bit reluctant to do so, but he is back in. Lachlan and A.D Nathaniel have laid down all the big moves. Is that everything they have to offer? I'm not sure. But they are doing whatever it takes to pick up the win here. And Harry still fighting back with all the resilience in the world. And into the cover goes Harry, but it's a rope break as the feet were hooked under the ropes by Lachlan. And Justice here, trying to do whatever's necessary to become the champions. Was looking for a spinebuster of his own, but Harry manages to high fly his way out of it. Big counter though by Lachlan. Oh, he tried to run at him, and a big counter again, this time by the Flying Ninja, who is doing a great job here of providing a fight back for his team. And now look at this. Sidewalk slam down from Lachlan. And Lachlan and AD Nathaniel with their eyes on the prize. And the prize, of course, at the end of all this will be the Mayhem Tag Team Championship opportunity. And, of course, all they'll have to do after this is beat the Cotterrells to get it. And, of course, you'd imagine their argument is they've already beaten the Cotterrells. They made it to the semi-finals by beating the Cotterrells. The Cotterrells came back in as the wild card of the round. But Lachlan and AD Nathaniel didn't have to do that. They beat them. They managed to get the job done. And they're looking to do the job again here tonight. And now look at this. From the middle rope. Looking for the massive stunner off the rope. And look at that. Wiping the sweat off his face. This has been a lot harder than I think Justice anticipated. They thought maybe once he was down, that his partner was down, and that it would be a lot easier. But they've had to do a lot to put away Harry. But maybe that vicious combination again from Lachlan might have got the job done. And I think that's got to be it now for the Flying Ninja. And he's out of the contest. And Justice win the battle. And they will be facing the Cotterrells in the finals of the tag team tournament. Well, another disgusting and devious play from Justice. But the match did have to continue. And they took full advantage of that fact. And now Lachlan and AD Nathaniel have themselves a #1 contendership opportunity for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. Well, look at that. What a win. These two celebrate their massive, massive win. They go on to face the Cotterrells, and the winner of that, after Mind Games, will face the Linebacks for the Mayhem Tag Team Championships. And these two here, doing whatever it takes to get there. They're on a warpath to get what they want. Their hunt for justice continues in this tag team tournament. Can they walk out the winners and eventually go on to capture the tag team championships? If they stay on the same page like this, I'm pretty sure they might have a chance. But we'll find out very soon. It's time to move on down the rest of the card. Well, before tonight's Mayhem versus Fight Night, big final main event here tonight on Monday Night Mayhem, we've got a big, big matchup indeed. Jayden, after accepting SDC's big challenge, now has to find himself 4 guys that he's going to use to help him win a, win the 4-on-4 tag team matchup. But tonight, he takes on Jax Wolfe. Jax Wolfe will be facing him one-on-one. Jax Wolfe, of course, will be on SDC's team, as SDC has stated. And, of course, SDC also will have the unnamed 3rd member that has been announced, as confirmed, but not revealed. And I guess he'll be revealed very soon, because on the final week before the pay-per-view, these two will be scheduled to compete with their teams at the pay-per-view. But the question is, who is going to realistically want to team with Jayden? Jayden has teamed with one person before, and that was Aaron Albright, and that was with the shared goal of betraying him and capturing the WIW Championship, which he did on 2 successful occasions. And since then, no one's been able to really trust him. And SDC, he's offered his hand out to him. He's proven that he's willing to trust him. But tonight, Jayden denying that his help, he said he doesn't need it, and that he's capable of, he should be the captain, the one who's the most experienced, the one who's most successful. And that's what he's hoping to do. But Jax Wolfe, the newest member of the Monday Night Mayhem brand, won't be wearing his official Mayhem shirt yet, because we don't know whether or not he's going to be at the Mind Games pay-per-view. And this is the last thing that Mayhem needed. Because last week, we thought the team was complete. We thought Jax Wolfe became the 4th member. The 3rd member, of course, still yet to be announced. And then Jayden and SDC. But it looks like after last week's big ending, the controversial ending, it looks like the trust has been lost between the team of SDC and Jayden, and now to the point that Jayden does not want to be competing with him anymore, and he made that statement clear after beating him down at the beginning of the show. But now SDC accompanies his new teammate Jax Wolfe to the ring, who is scheduled to compete against Jayden, the 2-time world champion. He's been on a bit of a bad run as of late, needs to pick himself up and get himself back to winning ways, and he has a chance to do that here tonight against Jax Wolfe, who isn't exactly a slouch of a fighter either. He's made his way onto Team Mayhem for winning the Fatal 4-Way elimination match, and that gave him the chance to do so fight here tonight. And, of course, we'll fight on now Team SDC against Team Jayden. Jayden still wearing the Mayhem shirt. He believes that he can be captain and deserves to be captain. The one with the most experience, the one with the second most world titles in history, now behind Aaron Albright, who beat him to become a 3-time WYW champion. Well, Aaron Albright looking to do bigger things with his career now. He's looking for a double title opportunity. He wants to put the WYW and World Heavyweight Championship on the line at the next pay-per-view. And a beautiful overhead, belly to belly there off the ropes. And now Jax Wolfe going straight into the cover. He's only going to get a 1 count for his troubles. And it's just a matter now of which of these two can walk out the winner. They need the momentum, the psychological advantage. And Jax Wolfe is continuing to side with the man that picked him in the first place, and that is SDC. And that's fair enough. That's loyalty there. Because, of course, Jax Wolfe was picked up by him. The SDC had every right to turn around and say, do you know what? I don't want you on my team. And he didn't. He decided to stay true and loyal to him, as he tried to do with Jayden. But Jayden didn't really see what he was doing as loyalty because of the quite frankly lazy actions of SDC last week. He got distracted by something. I didn't know what he got distracted with, but he got distracted. KO Oxley and Carter James were able to pick up the victory as a result. And there's a massive bangerang there by Jax Wolfe, who goes straight into the cover off of it. And I think the rope break was there. Couldn't quite see from this angle. But, yeah. So he lost the trust of Jayden, and now Jayden's saying he's unfit to lead a team to success. And now tonight, he watches on as Jax Wolfe, his newest member of his team, fights down Jayden, who thought he ducked the clothesline there, but got met with it from behind. Jax Wolfe looking great out the gate here, but we know Jayden isn't an easy man to keep down. Look at this. Oh, and just tossing him into the turnbuckle there off the suplex. But look at this. Jayden just shrugs it off. And that's the resilience of Jayden. He's not an easy man to keep down. The problem with Jayden, though, he struggles to close up matches. And that might cost him at the end of the day. Because look at this. Jax Wolfe with the pop-up cutter vintage. Jax Wolfe. The trial error pop-up cutter returns. But the question is it enough to put away Jayden here tonight into the cover? And he's got him. Jax Wolfe wins. Jax Wolfe beats Jayden. Left Jayden to... Jax Wolfe, sorry, to celebrate his big win. But look at this. From behind it. It's Justice. Justice, wait. Are they? No, surely not. It looks like Jayden has recruited Justice onto his team. Well, what a big pick that was for him. And is that going to be enough to help lead him to victory, though, in the 4-on-4 tag team match in 2 weeks' time? I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to move on now on the rest of the card. We'll see how things progress in the upcoming weeks. Well, after all the chaos that we just saw, it's time for tonight's main event, and it's another Mayhem versus Fight Night battle. And Mayhem desperately need to pick up the win here tonight, because they've lost the first two, and they've already lost 2 members of their roster. They can't really afford to lose a third on the bounce without getting anyone back in return. Well, the man who's stepping up to fulfill that task here tonight is the WYW champion, Aaron Albright, who made a huge statement earlier on tonight, challenging King Sam, the WYW champion, to a double title match at Mind Games. Of course, was scheduled to compete in a non-title match, and is now willing to put his title on the line after all of the horrible things that were said about him on the last episode of Friday Fight Night. But tonight, this man has got one hell of a task ahead of him, because he is facing the television champion. That's right, Big Willie steps into the ring, and he's going to be desperate and hungry for a victory. But the WYW champion, the 3-time world champ, has a chance to represent his brand tonight and, of course, show his strength. This is an important win. He needs to do it, because Big Willie, of course, has only lost to 3 people, and that was King Sam, Soulman Akira, and now John Cutter. But now, oh wait, no, 4 people now. The list is growing. The list is definitely growing, but they've all been non-titles. For the title, it's been near enough he's been near enough unbeatable, Big Willie. You can't beat him when the title is on the line. That's what the current trend is. But John Cutter managing to recently pick up the win, so he's bit of a downward spiral, Big Willie. He's not as confident as he looked when he initially picked up the television championship. And he's really starting to slow down and struggle a bit, finding the matches a bit more difficult. But of course, this man will be taking on Brad Skeens at the pay-per-view. What a match that is scheduled to be. But for Aaron Albright, this is a big warm-up. King Sam beating this man, and this would be a good test to see if he can do the same. Maybe there would be a chance for him at the pay-per-view of becoming the first ever double champion, the double world champion. And we still don't know what the future of that would mean. The general manager, I don't know where he stands on this, because King Sam, his arch enemy, it seems, might end up with 2 world championships. Look at this. Albright straight out the gate, just trying to take the big man down. He does, after using the ropes as a bit of leverage here and using the bottom one to land a devastating blow. And he's got him down already, but look at that. Straight back to his feet. Oh, wait a minute. Skeens! Skeens is here! Wait a minute, this match has just started. He can't get involved already. Look at this, trying to get the match disqualified, and he does! With the spear! The match just starts, and Brad Skeens, the European champion, sends a message. Well, Big Willie wins, technically, so I guess that's another member of the roster for Fight Night. Well, who that's going to be, I guess we'll have to find out on the next show. But ladies and gentlemen, I guess that wraps up tonight's show with the spear. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.